I was asked by a student from France last week. He asked me, von Neumann came up with the idea of self-replicating probes. In other words, an advanced technological civilization will create probes that can go places, go to other planets, use the raw materials to produce copies of themselves and multiply. And then if you do the calculation, even if these probes are moving at a small fraction of the speed of light, let's say 1% of the speed of light, they would fill up the Milky Way galaxy within 100,000 years very quickly, because they double in size, in number, every short amount of time.
Yeah.
So then he asked me, well, since we don't see any self-replicating probes around us, does it mean that there is no advanced technological civilization beyond our capabilities in the Milky Way galaxy? And I said to him, every day I interact with intelligent self-replicating probes.
Yeah.
They're called humans. And of course, one possibility is that, we were created by some visitor, and we are the self-replicating probes that make use of the raw materials on Earth, and that this represents an advance even relative to AI made of silicon chips. So we are the robots made of chemical reactions using the raw materials on Earth. It's the best technology that you can imagine, better than silicon chips, because we haven't had robots that can repair themselves. A car that instead of just self-driving can also, if it gets a bump, can repair itself. It can consume dirt, from the earth and survive, So, and that's what biology gives you. And so that's a great technological advantage. Maybe we exist as a result of another civilization. So that's why. So the question is whether we were produced by some synthetic biologist.
The question is, how did we get from a chimpanzee?
Yes.
Exactly.
So there were life forms on Earth, and maybe a visitor injected something that made them develop in the way we...
Do you really consider it as a science?
We need to explore this possibility. That was my answer to the student from France.
Yeah, this is fascinating. We are right now at 1.
Okay.
Do we have...
just ask me.
Okay, so the other things that I want to consider. First of all, if we
AI.
AI, of course, I want to get in it. But the thing, if I may, to get to it in this matter, which is that the human brain, as you said, perhaps is developing the capability to become to create other sentient beings,
right.
And perhaps artificial intelligence is
the next. Right.
So, what do you think? Yeah.
Well, first, I'm worried about AI primarily because it makes humans that interact with it dumber. Because once you rely on AI, you're not exercising your brain as much, and it's just like taking a bus instead of walking to a destination. And when you have the option of using AI to answer questions, then you don't use your muscle in the brain. And I see a lot of students and postdocs that are losing their cognitive abilities. Now, they perform better than I would have imagined. They can write papers much quicker because the AI solves the problem for them. But I'm worried about the humans losing their ability.
Really?
And also human-human interactions. I'm worried that those are deteriorating because many people who are addicted to using AI, they start to communicate with humans as if they are AI.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. Now, this is something that Martin Buber did not anticipate, the philosopher that lived a century ago.
Yeah.
He talked about human-object interactions, human-human interactions, and human-God interactions. But of course, he lived before the computer revolution. And now with AI, I think that changes everything because it changes the human-human interactions. The human-AI interaction changes the human-human interactions. And also, it changes the cognitive abilities. Because our brain is shaped by the dialogues we have. It doesn't matter with whom. So we can have a dialogue with other humans that will... And that's called education. If you have a teacher that gives you a better perspective, and so that's education. Your brain is being shaped by your dialogues with a more knowledgeable person. But if you are interacting mostly with AI, your brain will be shaped in a completely distorted way. And just to give you an example, yesterday I get a request from an investor in Europe, a very credible investor, and I thought, oh, great, another billionaire wants to fund my research, so I'll definitely have a Zoom call with him. And then I have a Zoom call, and this investor says, well, I have a new theory of space-time and quantum mechanics that I developed with the help of an AI agent. And I said, you're wasting my time. I don't have time for that, because advances in physics are supposed to be delivered in a different way. It's not a result of your interaction with AI. That will not bring the next breakthrough. And I just don't have time for that. I work so hard to write scientific papers that are being reviewed in journals. If you have a new idea, just go and publish it and then let people discuss it. But I don't have time to go over ideas that the AI, basically what the AI probably did was compliment this person and said, you're really smart, and then brought...
It amplifies Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yeah, and it makes, what it showed me, demonstrated to me, is that even relatively rational people that are in charge of large investment firms, and this one is one of the most lucrative investment firms, they go crazy as a result of the AI bring them in directions that make no